Welcome again. This is Joel Leonard here for another episode of Skill TV. We're interviewing some of the engineers and experts here at the Main Train Conference. I happen to have Len Middleton with me, and Len's going to share some of his unique perspectives on things. As you can see in the background here, we've got an interesting landmarks. We have the CN Tower. We also have some construction going on here in downtown Toronto. So we wanted to take advantage of that because all this activity is going on. It shows there's a lot of vibrancy here in Canada. So share with me, Len, some of the things that are happening here.
Well, certainly the reason we're talking for us, you gave that presentation last night and really appreciate some of the comments you were making. And in particular, I mean, you had mentioned in terms of the business aspects of maintenance. And you're asking in terms of, you know, what is the content of the MBA program as far as maintenance goes. And having gone through the MBA program, the simple answer is there is none. Maintenance shows up as indirect costs or as overhead, but I don't know that it was ever really mentioned. In fact, if you are in an MBA course, you mention maintenance, they're probably thinking you're talking about the IT systems as opposed to what we understand as maintenance. So that's one of the real dilemmas you run into. So you have this gap between the executive level who believe in, okay, well, maintenance. We got some guys there that we have to charge out as far as maintenance goes. And part of the reason I think they don't look at maintenance is that the expectation is we're going to generate this much stuff out and it gets done. Don't know how it happens. It does get done.
So
and
our
maintenance guys
guys
are really good in terms of getting it done, unfortunately.
So you're saying there's a serious detachment and gap between executive leadership and the operations and actually the understanding and appreciation of the function.
They have no understanding of maintenance. And the flip side of that as well is that the maintenance people do not know or cannot effectively communicate with the executive level. You and I are able to communicate because we have a common language and a common understanding. And we have an interest in communicating. There, the language is finance and accounting. If our maintenance people do not understand finance and accounting, both the language of it and the concepts around it, they are not going to be able to effectively communicate at the executive level. And in fact, with the interest in communicating, the executive are really not interested unless it's sort of financial accounting and how it impacts the overall organization. If we don't communicate on those terms, we don't have an audience.
So what you're saying is that we got to bridge that gap. We got to learn how to communicate the way they do. Also figure out methods and processes to try to get the MBA programs and other executive leadership to start realizing that maintenance is a competitive advantage.
That is a critical thing. I mean, part of the thing is we're maybe not real good in terms of telling them how it is a competitive advantage. What's OEE? OEE, overall equipment effectiveness, how much stuff we ship out the door. Well, wait a minute, shipping stuff out the door, that's revenue. Revenue is money. Similarly, if I increase my OEE within the same infrastructure, I improve my margin, and in fact, I allocate the fixed costs over a larger number of units, and therefore my per unit costs go up, and therefore my margin increases. Gee, isn't that something executives like to hear? But do we tell them that? No, we just say that we're going to reduce downtime.
Yeah. Not in a way that they appreciate or translates to revenue. So we've got to really upgrade our communication and try to figure out methods to reach into the boardroom and get them to appreciate our function, understand what's going on in the boiler room and the shop floor, at the top floor, and in the boardroom. Well, I hate again cut this short because you're bringing up some wonderful points. We have limited tape here today. We want to get some other perspectives. But thank you again, Len. Appreciate it. And again, congratulations on all your achievements and all the things you've done, and I wish you well.
Good talking to you.
Same here.